We would like to request all the delegates outside to please come in as our program will begin shortly. Don't forget to use our official hashtag for today's event, hashtag YouthAgendaPH and hashtag SDGActionPH. Before we begin, let's have a quick organization roll call. Delegates from Youth Voice Philippines, can you make some noise? How about those from Young Public Servants? Can I hear those coming from the chapters of One for Nursing Empowerment Philippines? Delegates from the Adamson Psychology Society. Delegates from the those coming from the chapters of One for Nursing Empowerment Philippines. Delegates from the Adamson Psychology Society. Can you hear for those from Global Shapers Community?
Sige.
Good morning, everyone. Once again, I'd like to remind you to use today's official hashtag, hashtag Youth Agenda PH and hashtag SDG Action PH. Do not forget about our event this afternoon where your candidates for Senator and Congress will be coming to talk about the issues of the youth today on education, health, and employment. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge our partners in this event, the Young Public Servants, PLCPD, the Philippine Legislators Committee on Population and Development Foundation Incorporated, the SDG Youth and National Convergence, UNFPA, Youth Vote Philippines, and our media partners. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Filipino Youth Agenda on Sustainable Development Goals and the 2016 elections. To begin, let us all stand for the invocation.
Thank you for the continuous love, joy, and happiness that we are feeling right now, together with other youth, Filipino youth here in this venue, Father. Lord, we ask for your Holy Spirit to guide us as we have this program forward. Let your Spirit guide us all throughout this morning as well as the afternoon, and let us decide as we elect the next leaders of our country this coming Mayland. Father, we ask for your guidance and let your name be glorified in everything we do. And as we say, glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen.
Let us all remain standing for the Philippine National Anthem to be led by the Philippine National Army Band. Please be seated. To begin our program, we will begin with the briefing for Child Protection Protocol. And for that, may we call Ms. Al Kilala, the Communications and Research Manager of the Philippine Legislators Committee on Population Development Foundation Incorporated.
Hello everyone, good morning. Nakapag-breakfast na po ba kayo? Good morning! Okay. PLCPD is so thankful to Youth Vote Philippines and UNFPA for including PLCPD, a legislators organization, in this very important event. And because we would like to be part of activities that empower youth, we are also careful of any incident that might compromise the safety and protection of our children. So pwede ko pang itanong kung sino dito ang part of the young population or the youth. Sama pa ako doon. Ayun sa batas. Sino po dito ang below 18? Ayan. So we have, I can see that we have many children participants in this event. So this child protection protocol is, so may we have the next slide. So when we registered this morning, we asked those below 18 to line up on a different line kasi meron po tayong special protocol for children. If you remember, the organizers asked you to sign a consent form. That means that no one forced you to attend this event and you went on your own. Tama po ba? Meron bang namilit sa inyo or nagbayad sa inyo para pumunta dito? Wala naman. So we're clear that no one forced you to attend and you are attending on your own dahil naniniwala po tayo sa informed consent. So it's also important that we are all safe, especially the children here. So dapat ay meron tayong plan for emergency preparedness for fire, earthquake, and natural hazards. Ano po ang gagawin natin pag nagkaroon ng earthquake? Duck, cover, and hose. So, I hope the seats are sturdy enough to protect us. Pero sana, di ba, hindi naman magkaroon ng earthquake today. And, lalabas po tayo after ng pangyayari. Magkita-kita tayo siguro sa exit ng building. Huwag po tayo manatili sa loob. At meron tayong mga fire exits dito. So, ganun din po. Hindi po tayo magkakagulo. We don't have to panic. Lalabas po tayo ng maayos and then magkita-kita tayo sa labas ng building. And in the waiver or the document that you sign, it also says that you are agreeing to be part of the documentation, meaning we are taking pictures of participants during this event and you are giving us the permission to include those photos in the documentation. Kasi baka po i-publish ito and i-post sa mga social media accounts. We are all covering this event through social media. So anyone who has any reservation on having their pictures taken, magsalita na po kayo ngayon para hindi po namin kayo isasali sa mga online posts. Is that clear? Okay. Next slide, please. So among the participants who are children and the youth, we request that there will be no physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. I hope that's very clear. No bullying in this event, and no discrimination and name calling. Next slide. And for any report of any abuse or any untoward incident, contact these persons anytime. Don't hesitate to approach these people. And their mobile numbers are flashed here on the screen. Paolo Donado, 0917-3251-548. And John Castillo, they are both from the Youth Vote Philippines. Last slide, please. Just a reminder to always report any behavior that is offensive and abusive to children. And no violence against children is justifiable. And violence against children is always preventable. I hope everyone agrees. Yes? So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Kilala. Your safety and privacy is important to us, and we hope that you will take all our reminders to heart in this event today. Once again, this is the Filipino Youth Agenda on Sustainable Development Goals and the 2016 elections. And now, to give his opening remarks, may we call on the Program Officer of Young Public Servants Incorporated on the Filipino Youth Agenda, Mr. Richard Allen R. Amazon.
Hi, morning. Good morning. I want you guys to feel the energy now, guys. Good morning. I invite everyone to please turn to your left and say good morning. And turn to your right and say happy morning. Alright. So, today is really a great day for each and every one of us. As we all know, tomorrow is May 1 and we only have 8 days before we cast our votes for the next leaders of our country who will be serving for the next 3 years or 6 years of our stay here in the Philippines. And as we all know, majority of us here belong to the Filipino youth as defined from Republic Act 1804 or 8044, the Youth in Nation Building Act. Majority of the voters 18 to 30 years old will be part of this elections this coming May 9. And apparently, majority of us will be, of course, looking for leaders who will be giving us the inspiration, the empowerment to do more and give more. And for this morning and even this afternoon, this event is really for each and every youth in our country to really move forward and of course to really share something, especially in the upcoming elections. Just to share with you, on May 9, we already have the numbers. And from out of 54.6 million total voters, 22 million will be coming from the youth, especially from ages 18 to 30. And right now, what is really the challenge? Okay? The challenge is that we, the millennials, should really move forward and really need to raise our voice so that the next leaders of our country would be able to understand what we call about the youth agenda. As you can see, we are advocating also for the Sustainable Development Goals because we believe for the next 15 years, this will be our battle cry. Okay? And for the past years, we are also clamoring that there should be service for each and every one of us. But for Youth Vote Philippines and even with our partners for this morning, we believe that the nation should, and even our government should really step up its game to give more programs, policies, and even projects for the Filipino youth. Because for the next 3 years and 6 years, it will be us who will be benefiting to this program. And as my task for this morning to really welcome you all, I thank in behalf of the NFPA, in behalf of SINC, in behalf of Young Public Servants, PLCPD, Raptor, and our partners, we welcome you here for this event and we hope that you will cherish this moment because today is the start of our challenge. Today is our start to really empower ourselves to vote on May 9 and make sure that our votes will be counted. And with that, thank you very much and welcome. We welcome you all for this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Amazona. Once again, this is the Filipino Youth Agenda on Sustainable Development Goals in the 2016 elections. Don't forget to use our official hashtags for today's event, hashtag YouthAgendaPH and hashtag SDGActionPH. We would like to thank our sponsors and our partners in this event, the Young Public Servants, PLCPD, the SDG Youth and National Convergence, UNFPA, Youth Vote Philippines, and our media partner, Rappler Philippines. And now to give his keynote address, may we call on the country representative of the United Nations Population Fund, or UNFPA, Mr. Klaus Beck.
young public servants, Youth Vote Philippines, Philippine Legislators Committee on Population Development, partners from the SDG, Youth National Convergence, friends from government, civil society and the media, colleagues from the UN, and last, but definitely not least, the most important people in today's event, you, the Filipino youth. Let's all hear a big round of applause for all of you being here today. Tomorrow marks a new month, probably the most awaited month for the Filipinos, including you, this year. First of all, the first day of May is Labor Day, which is usually a holiday, so there may not be too much excitement this year because it falls on a Sunday. Second, the coming months may finally mark the tail end of summer and hopefully ease the heat that we've all been complaining about the last several weeks. And third, and probably the most important one, that one that you look most forward to, you'll be electing your new national leaders 9 days from now. By a show of hands, can I see among you how many are going to vote on May 9th? Okay. All right. And how many of you know who you're going to vote for? Not the same number, so still some undecided voters here. 7 months ago, countries around the world adopted the Sustainable Development Goals, or the global goals, aimed at putting an end to poverty, fight inequality and justice, and tackle climate change by 2030. The elections happening in the Philippines this year has a crucial link to the success of the SDGs. And it will be especially impact on the future of you, young people. A 10-year-old girl or boy of today will be 16 by the time the next administration ends, or 25 years old by the end of the SDGs in 2030. What would the life be of that young girl or boy by then? The answer lies with your next elected leaders. If the right policies are prioritized and put in place, you may well be on your way to enjoy a brighter future. The Philippines, which has more than 100 million people, is well placed to benefit from its large population of 30 million young people aged 10 to 24 years old. But having a big young population alone is not enough. A large number of young people who have no access to a quality education, who are besieged by high teenage pregnancies and HIV, and who are unemployed or underemployed, only perpetuate poverty. To make the most of the big youth population, specific actions must be undertaken to empower young people to fulfill their potential. This includes investing in education, ensuring access to health care, including unrestricted access to youth-friendly or underemployed, only perpetuate poverty. To make the most of the big youth population, specific actions must be undertaken to empower young people to fulfill their potential. This includes years from now, the time when the 10-year-old girl or boy of today will be entering the working age phase of their lives. Crafting these policies is, of course, within the powers of the next leaders of the Philippines. However, it is within your power to influence their policy-making priorities by telling them what you need and what you want. By doing that, you are encouraging them to pass laws that will work, laws that will contribute to youth development, and ultimately, laws that will promote national development. Today's forum is a venue where you can begin that conversation. We challenge you to seize this opportunity and drive your youth agenda in the electoral process. You can start doing that this afternoon when you meet the candidates who may be crafting new laws in the next Congress. Are you up for this challenge? Are you up for this challenge? Okay, good. At this point, let me acknowledge the support provided by the SDG Youth National Convergence, or SYNC, for mobilizing most of the young people today participating in the forum. Let us give them a big round of applause. Specifically, I want to recognize Dexter Galvan, the SYNC convener, and Daryl Tadika, the tireless volunteer who worked day and night to make this event possible, and to make sure that everything is in sync. UNFPA's longtime advocacy partner, the Philippine Legislators Committee on Population Development, or PLCPD, also supported us in making sure that the dialogue with candidates will happen this afternoon. Let us also give them a big round of applause. Finally, let us thank the young public servants and Youth Mode Philippines for organizing the event. To the team led by Liga de los Reyes, Jared Amazona, Jan Castillo, and Pau Donado, let us give the youthful team of YPS another applause. But of course, all the efforts of these partners do not mean anything if all of you were not here today to participate and give meaning to the event. For that, I and my fellow old people applaud you. Make the most of the day. Maraming salamat po at nabuhay ang Kabataan Filipino.
Thank you, Mr. Klausbeck. And now we move on to the Sync Hour, the SDG Youth National Convergence Hour. This hour will mark the official launch of the SDG Youth National Convergence in the Philippines, along with all its member organizations. To kick off Sync Hour, may we call on Mr. Daryl Tadike to give us an overview of the Millennium Development Goals transitioning to the Sustainable Development Goals.
Okay, a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. Maybe most of you know me na, and familiar na rin at the same time the presentation that I will conduct today. I'm Daryl. I'm appointed as a Global Youth Advocate under the United Nations Millennium Campaign, and right now it's the UN SDG Action Campaign. And my role Philippines somehow. We created it in 2013 to facilitate a global survey. Okay. This global survey somehow asks the people among these 16 issues. Ano ang prioridad mo at para sa pamilya mo sa susunod na development agenda? Sino nakakaalam kung ano ang MDG? Yes, it's the Millennium Development Goals. At sino nakakaalam ng SDG? Sino ang hindi nakakaalam? Wala po? Okay. Sorry, class, I need to speak on Filipino. Sana rin okay na yung presentation. Okay lang po ba na bumaba ako, sir? Kasi maitim na po ako. Nakikita ko mukhang maitim pa rin po ako.
Okay lang.
Sorry, cool ko lang kayo ngayon. Anyways, habang kaya sila ay dinidiscuss yung aking presentation, alam niyo ba na may tagline ang MDG sa Tagalog? Ano? Ay, wait lang. Doon po sa mga nakakaalam, huwag niyo na pong sabihin. Huwag niyo pong i-share. Ako mag-share. Okay? May tagline ng MDG sa Tagalog. Hindi siya Millennium Development Goals lang. Pero pininiin siya ng mga civil society organizations para mas maintindihan ng mga ordinaryong Pilipinong katulad natin. Okay? Ang sinabi namin with the MDG ay mga dapat gawin. Pero nag-end ang MDG 2015, kaya tinawag namin siya mga dapat ginawa. Hinihingal ako. Okay na po. Anyway, so in year 2000, nag-gather ang 189 country members. Hindi man lahat ng head of states ay umattend. They agreed to something na dapat merong declaration na ma-end ang extreme poverty by kailan? 2015. Okay, so dito na po yung aking hindi nabago na naman po yung background. So, tuloy po natin yung kwento. Ang sabi nila sa New York, the Millennium Development Goals was created by experts. 8 experts. 8 ba? Hindi. Noong una 4 daw. Kwento lang to ha. 4 experts na nag-usap-usap sa elevator, sa headquarters. Sabi nila dapat merong something na gagawin ang mga world leaders pagdating ng year 2000. And then, all of a sudden, nabuo nila yung Millennium Declaration. Hindi pa Millennium Development Goals ang unang tawag doon sa document. In 2002, sabi ni former Secretary UN Secretary General Kofi Annan, hindi natin to ma-translate sa local level kung ang document ay 300 plus na page. Graduate kumpara sa kababaihan. Okay, next. Dramatically daw, nag-decrease ang death of infants and children under age of 5. Pag sinabi mo kasi child mortality, from 0 to 5 years old, dapat malusog ang bata at hindi namamatay. Next. Ngayon nga lang, sabi sa number 5, may challenge ang ating mga inang. Ito ang sabi niya, goals. Siyempre, hindi pa ninyo alam kung ano yung 17 goals. Sino nakakabisado ng 17 goals? I will give notebook. Notebook ha, hindi netbook. Notebook. I will give a notebook, pen, mags, t-shirt, jacket. Ay, hindi, walang jacket. For the 17 goals. Siyempre, nag-dare ako kasi hindi nyo pa alam. Diba? Mas kaya hindi ko kabisado yung 17. Next na po, okay na po tayo. So yun. Kanina tinanong ko kayo, sino ang dahilan kung bakit naging 17 yung Sustainable Development Goals. Pero hindi sinasabi neto na ang youth ang may kasalanan. Ha? Next. Nagkaroon ng isang crowdsourcing platform called World We Want. So you can go through a website called World We Want and somehow